It is most definitely happy hour at the Banner Bar, so let's get into it. So today, since I wouldn't call you the special guest because you're
back by popular demand.
Founders.
Billy Jack the Hippie.
We have a ton of founders hiding off. Our first is Bottle Shop Series Belgian Twist. So this was something you were jonesing for today. It's 10%.
It's a nice, yeah. Let me tell you something, folks. I want to give you your kudos up north up there. I'll let you pour yours. Grand Rapids, Michigan, Founders Brewery. Definitely got something going on up there. I'll just say that much.
Question is, if life is a test, how do you think you're doing so far?
If life is a test, how do we think we're doing so far?
And of course, you boys, y'all can fill them to the rim. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings none.
I think it's gonna be a long night, so I was trying to take it a little bit easy at first.
Look at that, man.
It's got a beautiful caramel color, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's a Belgian triple.
Yeah.
It's got substantial amounts of blue agave nectar in it.
It is pretty. And
a triple with tequila, essentially. Tequila fruit. Smells beautiful. Smells malty, foreign.
And it tastes smooth as the baby's ass.
It's a little thicker than I expected.
Really?
It's almost caramelly. Caramel-esque. Whatever.
I think that may be the malt or the hops or something there that's making it. But it is smooth.
Yeah.
To me.
Not overly carbonated.
Mm-mm.
The grains are good. There's a heavy amount in it. It's got a heavy mouthfeel, even though it's lighter, but that's what I expected.
But it is Belgian.
Yeah.
Right.
So Mikey likes.
It reminds me of something, but I can't quite.
It reminds me of Belhaven Scottish Ale, but if like they freeze distilled it. So if you got it, a little bit thicker, freezing some of the water off of the beer itself.
Right. There's also a candy that it reminds me of. Not like just a caramel chew, but like, I don't know. I can't place it.
Okay.
Toffee, caramel, something.
Like if a Charleston chew was
It's just enough bitterness, Gion, to make your mouth, your senses, your buds work back there. But it's
mixed with a cream soda.
I like them.
Okay, cream soda. Yeah, there's a lot of malt character.
And that's a 10%er.
Yeah, it's definitely hitting like a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got a convoy coming tonight, buddy. Yes, sirree.
I mean, Belgian is up my alley. Malty is up my alley.
I was afraid of this the first time I drank it because it's Belgian twist, but I was so pleasantly surprised by it. I could drink those, and I'm not a beer drinker per se. Now, these stouts are really what I'm into, but that was not bad. First time I had it, I had to have more. So, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm going to have some high ratings. That right there is easily going to be a 7 for me.
It's actually exactly what I was thinking, just because it's on the heavy, almost concentrated side.
Yeah.
Like, I really love the flavor profile, but it's one that I would drink one of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As much as I love the flavor on that. So 7.
Can you be so kind as to hand me that little big ass bottle of water over there?
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna hide some water back here.
So little big ass. Okay.
I'm gonna go 6. I feel like it's gonna fill me up quick.
Yeah.
But most of your stouts and triples and stuff like that are going to anyway. Yeah, probably sitting at a 6 for me.
Now that tastes like shit.
But you need that to make these.
That's true.
So how does everyone think they're doing on the test, which is life?
Well, I don't think I'd straight up give myself an F, but it's very low. It's not an A plus.
Yeah, Toby, being the old fart at the table, I'm gonna tell you, we all probably think the same way because we're never where we think we need to be.
Yeah.
I would give myself an F if it wasn't for the fact that the last 6 months in my career change or getting back to what I've done all my life and actually things have been very good. They've been working the piss out of me, but the money has been very good.
That's good.
So things are looking better, but I'm down there. I'm C, D. I should be better off than I am. So that's just the way it is.
I think a C is.
But
probably.
a lot of that comes from the type of person I am. I give, so, and a lot of times I probably shouldn't, but I do. So
I will be the first to say that this class is not what the hell I thought it was going to be. I'll say that. But I've had a good run doing a lot of things I like to do. Having kids definitely changed everything about the way I look at everything. How you view success, what the measures are. It's different.
See, and there you go. You wanted to rate life as a test so far, but I'm going to tell you, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy. My kids are safe. They're healthy. Things could be a whole lot worse for me. I'm a happy person.
Yeah.
But I should be in a better place than where I am right now. So that's all I'm saying.
Well, the kids definitely take a lot of the fun factor out of some things, at least at the age that mine are at. The notion of being selfish a lot of the time, it kind of goes away. So I don't have that going for me anymore, but I do feel more stable as of late. I would say that I would typically agree with Toby in the C category, but recently I feel happy, and I think with my wife's cancer diagnosis and doing as much as I can through all that, and I'm probably low 80s. So I'm thinking low B. You know what I mean? Like B minus at this point. But typically C. Anyway, that's the answer. You ready to try the IPA?
I'm ready for all of it.
All right, let Toby read that question for me.
Toby, read that nasty question for me.
How do you pour something?
I don't know.
That has
that's got a
mushroom head on it.
So our question is, would you attempt climbing Mount Everest if the trip was paid for? Would you attempt climbing Mount Everest?
I'm not going to get that head on me like you did.
I think just pour it in
You got the whole top of it.
Centennial IPA by Founders.
That is IPA.
Yeah, does it say ABV or anything on there? I'm
Yes,
guessing
it
it's
does.
brewed with
It's
Centennial
like a-
hops.
This is a 7. This is a 7.2.
7.2.
Yeah, people who like
I think
to pour
this is their high one.
That is.
And see, and you can smell the India ale, the pale ale. I mean, I can smell it. Right off the bat.
Most beers have a good caramel color. This one is almost strictly orange.
Yeah. It's verging on brown, dude. I don't like a lot of head.
Very citrusy, very heavy.
I accidentally poured a bunch of the foam into my beer. I can't smell much.
Okay.
So that's part of why I don't like that, even though I know most professional beer drinkers pour a heavy amount of head or expect it.
I'm surprised. Once again, usually IPAs bite the shit out of me. That bite's really not there with this one. I mean, you can tell it's an IPA, but it just doesn't have me over here doing the herky jerk.
Yeah, we had an IPA on a different episode.
Although that was a phase.
Yeah,
What was
that?
We had an IPA on a different episode that was a lot lighter than this, but this has that IPA jaw bite.
Yeah.
Along with still being a light, smooth beer.
Yeah. It reminds me almost of a brown. It's got quite a bit of weight to it. It feels nice.
Does.
I'm not getting much in the way of a hop bite. It reminds me of...
I'm not either.
There's one we used to get in Oklahoma. It's Beaver's Bend Brewery. It's their, I think, Later Dude IPA. It tastes quite a bit like this. I like this better because it's better carbonated.
Yeah. They definitely know what they're doing up there. I mean,
I think different strokes for different folks probably applies to hops and different hops for different whatever. I think what I'm learning is Centennial beats Citra out any day of the week for me.
Okay.
I'm finding the flavor profile, the weight, the fact that it reminds me, the grains are toasted a little darker.
Yeah.
So maybe it's amber, but it reminds me more of a brown in the sweet mouthfeel.
Yeah.
I'm loving this.
This is nice. It really is. And I do not like IPAs. This is not bad. Now, for me, it's not a 7, obviously, because I don't do IPAs. But I'm definitely going to give it a 5, leaning to a 6. That's my take.
I would stay with 5, just because of the 6-pack factor. I don't know that I would drink a 6-pack of them. I would have to mix something in there between it.
Well, I couldn't drink a 6-pack just because it's an IPA. As a matter of fact, I think if you drink a 6-pack of any of this shit on the table, you're
you're in for it.
Bring a pillow.
Yeah, 7.2. That's pretty typical too. I hate to sound like the odd man out and like I'm kind of crazy. I will go up to 8 on that.
Really?
As far as IPAs go, I could drink a 6-pack. It's easy to drink. It reminds me, I think what most people feel when they drink a Shinerbach. That's how I'm feeling about this IPA.
Really?
I could drink the piss out of this.
But you're more of an IPA palate.
Yeah,
Anyway.
exactly. I haven't,
you're higher
and
on IPA.
I'm not, but I like the taste of this for an IPA. It's probably the best tasting IPA I've drank since we've been doing this.
If you want one that doesn't punch too heavy, that's smooth, that has, a lot of malt, or not malt, but grain
and
character.
And that's Founders.
Yeah. It's
learn it.
For
Love
me,
it.
as an IPA fan, that's exquisite.
So 2 5s and an 8.
Yeah.
So would you attempt climbing Mount Everest if the trip was paid for, though?
Absolutely not. I would not.
They've been showing pictures when I opened my laptop recently of Mount Everest, and I've seen lots of documentaries and stuff on it. No. For me, man, it's a no. I know people get a rush and a thrill out of doing this thing that 0.0001, it's not for me. It's not worth my
I'm past
my
the
life.
point of doing shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, health-wise, I can't. That's ruled out. Now, even if it wasn't, even if I didn't have my issues, I probably still wouldn't do it. I mean, it's Lady Luck does not follow me very much.
I agree. I'm going to say no, not on the climbing factor. If the trip was paid for where I could helicopter to the top and have a sightseeing, I would do that.
Or like just going to base camp or something? That
Yeah,
might be
something like
okay.
that. Like a helicopter trip or something.
It's cold up there.
I would do.
That's another thing I was going to mention, by the way. Like, it's winter right now. If you step outside when it's brutally ass cold,
right,
and just realize for a minute, like, that would be a terrible way to die.
Wind blowing
like,
40 mile an hour up there on top of 9,000, 10,000. Shit.
Yeah.
I've
been to the top of Pikes Peak, but we drove. We didn't have to climb. And even being on the top of Pikes Peak, you have that you can see the tree line end because of the lack of oxygen. Even being up there, we had issues.
There you go. You just said it for me, buddy.
You give me a helicopter trip up there, give me a 5-minute sightseeing, and then come back down. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'll be down there at the tavern waiting on y'all.
Right. I agree.
If they said you didn't have to actually try to climb to the top, like that might be all right. Yeah. Like just take my ass to base camp or something. That might be cool.
So that nowhere thing is, the higher elevation you get, the less air you have. And
that's the other thing about flying up to the top is you may not be acclimated.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. you'd get that sickness quicker. You want to read it or you want me to?
Oh. So next up from Founders is the Breakfast Stout, which is a double chocolate coffee oatmeal stout.
Oh my,
it's a lot.
You're gonna have to chew this one.
8.3%.
Surprising. It's gonna be heavier, but 8.3.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah. Don't let the color fool you.
That's
got a kid on the bottle eating oatmeal.
Yeah. E-books, print books, or audio books?
That's the question?
That's the question. I'm assuming your preference on e-books, print books, or audio books.
You pour that and it looks like a Coca-Cola in the cup.
This smells like chocolate and peppers.
Yeah.
I wanted to clarify something before I go down this rabbit hole that I'm about to quickly. When I was in my last office job, one of my coworkers was black, but she would tell people constantly, I'm not the black you're thinking of. She's like, black is, we'll go to the airport sometimes, and my kid will point out somebody who's coming off of a plane from Africa, and he'll ask me, Mama, why is his skin that dark? Like, is it sun? Is it... And he's young, so she'd be like, don't worry about that, baby. He just drank too much chocolate milk. That's what she would tell him. That's what this came out looking like, is like, there's a dark beer, and then there's this, which is in the realm of fucking Guinness. Like, even the bubbles on this are brown.
Yeah, this is...
Put your lips to it.
I wanted to actually read some of what was on the back here.
Because I want to point something out to you real quick right now. The bottle you have in your hand does not say barrel aged, don't it? And it's still, what you say, 8.3?
Yeah.
And it is not barrel aged. So
2 types of coffee.
You'll know the difference. This is
bitter,
not bad
imported
for a
chocolate
stout.
Yeah.
There's smell like peppers on the top, right? Like chocolate and peppers. Am I the only one?
Something like that, and it finishes with a hint of spiciness.
The coffee, I'm guessing?
But it's like a bitter dark chocolate.
I'm picking up plenty of coffee too.
Yeah.
It's like if you put a dark chocolate bar into a cup of black coffee. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Not going to be everyone's cup of tea.
It's stout.
But I love a dark stout. This is the baby of the bunch right here, fellas.
I'm having a problem knowing where to go with this one as far as rating because there's so many flavor profiles coming through on each drink.
That's a good thing,
and
right?
It is, but there's a bitterness, there's a sourness, there's a sweetness.
It's a lot.
See, that's what makes Founders who they are. I mean, it's just they amaze me with what they do.
Yeah,
I'd like to take a tour of the place. You know, that'd be really cool.
So there's Guinness, and then there's Guinness Extra, which falls in this bitter category.
Okay.
Now they have a foreign extra that has like this sweet malt pepper type thing going on top that I really like. This comes a little closer to just their extra, like Guinness Extra or Guinness.
Stout.
Yeah.
Well, you fellas are already one up on me, but I'm 3 into it, and I'm already starting to feel a little something.
It leaves. a brownness film to the glasses. So
yeah, it's not just the grains, dude. They put chocolate and 2 types of coffee in.
Yeah,
bitter imported chocolates and 2 types of coffee.
It's pretty phenomenal. I think I'm gonna go. I'm having a tough time with it. It's at least a 7.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go with a 7.
I'm going to do a 6.
I'm going to agree with Eric.
And there's a reason why. And I'll explain it later.
But I will say, I think if I was having breakfast, like I hate that breakfast stout is in the name.
That's a hell of a breakfast drink, ain't it?
With coffee and chocolate. And
gotta get your morning going.
It sure
oatmeal
will.
And...
Well, that's what he's eating is oatmeal.
That makes me want to go back in there and finish that breakfast burrito that I was eating on.
Right. Oatmeal stout. See, that none of y'all touched on the oatmeal. It's got oatmeal. Double chocolate coffee oatmeal.
Cruel thing to do. The people you know who've only had the real basic Coors Light, Bud Light, you know, Keystone, and they don't think there's anything else to beer but maybe IPA, set something like that in front of them. That's a more drinkable, like, Rasputin.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I definitely like it. Anyway.
But some of these is where beer started, is the stouts and
yeah.
Yep.
You know,
the meads, the stouts came from the meads, and then it, you know, progressed from there.
And that's not all just coffee and chocolate. You can tell they took great care of the grain. Yeah. It's not overly bitter. It's nothing. There's nothing bad about it.
Right.
Yeah.
I couldn't drink a whole bunch of it, you know.
I couldn't either. I'd be falling down.
Question?
E-books, print books, or audio books?
Audio books.
Print books, obviously.
The fact that I've never really had an audio book or e-book, I'm gonna have to go print book. Just holding something and reading it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to take the time out to sit down, and it's like going fishing at the creek and not catching any fish. You know, you just just sit there and read a book. You know, versus listening to it. You know, anything can distract me when I'm listening to something.
That's another thing is if somebody's reading me something, I can get distracted.
It's hard to follow.
Lose focus or something.
See, I stare at a computer all day. So, I mean, it is easier to look at a book, and I would definitely say that print books are second for me. Because ebooks for a long time, they didn't let you highlight. They don't do some of the stuff that's sensible. Okay. Like, here's a picture of the page that the computer actually, you know, the program knows what the words are just from the screen cap of the page. Like, you have to format it in a certain way. Okay. So many ebooks are done wrong. Audiobooks, though, a plane trip, or if I'm just working trying to listen to something, it's the fastest way to just ingest a bunch of information. Okay. And like most of what I want to do when I read, there are times when I'm reading like Stephen King or something, you know? I want a print book, I want to sit down with it, and that's my jam. Yep. But most of the reading that I would think to do is like learning. Right. An audiobook, they just kick it at your face. And I love that. And I can re-listen to it without straining my eyes.
Okay. Here's the exception to the rule. Earbuds. If I had some earbuds stuck in there and I'm listening to it to where nothing can distract me, that's one thing. But, you know, just to listen to it, you know, on stereo or whatever, and any noise, you know, kids, grandkids, you know, you can't, not in my house. But
well, none of us said ebooks, so that's something to take away. Ebook fans out there, let us know if you're watching for some reason what you thought, because clearly we're missing something. Next up is another Bottle Shop series. This is the Mango Magnifico, which has mango and habanero peppers in it.
He said that correct. Habanero peppers.
This one's also a malt beverage, so it's not.
So it's not a beer.
Yeah, I don't think it has the hops. It's 10 IBUs, so it's not going to be bitter. Okay. And it's 10% ABV.
Yes, sir.
Let's just fall back a beer just so y'all have some comparison.
Most of these, except for this one, are going to be double digit. So
this is 10 IBUs, you said?
Yes.
10 IBUs, 10% ABV.
Like I said, to go back a beer, that stout is 60 IBUs.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, the stout was 60 IBUs.
You know, it's funny is we talk about it all the time, but I'm not sure what the top of that scale is. That must be near the top because that's a pretty bitter fucking beer.
Yeah. So our question is...
stout? The breakfast stout?
So our question is, you despise people who are fanatical about what? What do you despise people for being fanatical about?
Okay.
Eric?
Mango
Shane.
What?
and habanero.
Toby and I just got done having a conversation about habanero peppers occasionally being
Y'all
too
need
spicy.
to fill your shit all the way up, man. I feel like I'm with Bachar ahead of me, though.
I love fucking mango.
The mango is what stands out in the smell to me.
Okay.
Well, I'm picking up the habanero. I'm scared to drink it.
No, well, listen. I've had it, so I don't want to spoil it for you. Just put your lips to it.
Now, here's the thing.
I feel like the bite's going to be on the end. It's going to be a throat bite of habanero. Then
It's Buffalo Wild Wings,
This
right?
is Founders.
That has a mango habanero wing sauce?
Yes. Okay. No, shit. Wingstop.
Is it wing sauce?
Actually, they
Wingstop
both
does?
do.
Okay.
Yeah, they both do. But surprise yourself. Now tell me, is that not a different taste or what?
It's
what is going on there?
That is tasty, is it not?
all right.
The
so
spice is definitely in the throat.
Were you looking for hot?
I don't know.
Did you find hot?
all right.
You did.
Did you?
Here.
Let me do this.
Not on the tongue.
So, mouthfeel. Please don't call me crazy. Mouthfeel. Strawberry milk. I know
I'm telling
No,
you,
the mango.
There's
Man.
still mango and habanero there. Like I'm still.
I
picking
guess
up
it's the mango when I mean that's what that's the mouthfeel.
Shit.
But man, the taste, shit.
The
I
pepper's,
couldn't find the hot.
the pepper's building, but it's not hot.
I could find the taste
You know
of
what?
the pepper, but not
Yeah.
the hot.
The taste is there. The hot is the back of the throat
Barely.
for me.
Yeah.
Barely.
It
barely.
builds, but it's not.
But
Not even a wing sauce.
even
man.
even with the mango, this comes off to me as an orange cream
creamsicle.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, like we're in the same vein. Like there's something.
Orange cream soda or the orange
Creamy.
creamsicle or something.
This is skill. That's what this is. These people definitely got their A game on up there. It is nice.
If you don't want any hops, you want a little pepper with like a. God, that's weird.
Yeah, this mango habanero, you can kindly feel it in your throat now if you drink enough of it. You know, your throat warms up. But still, man, the taste of this right off the get go, just in your mouth is
There's a reason
it's pleasant.
They hide habanero in like a little side note, and there's a reason for that. It's because you don't pick up on it. You'll feel it tingling on your lips. You might feel it burn in the back of your throat, like you had like a bite of food with too much pepper.
Yeah.
Like ground black pepper.
Yeah.
This is not spicy. This is tasty. Not exactly what I think of as beer, but malt beverage though. For that, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's
a little on the sweet side. I will say that.
Yes.
If you don't like sweet, you probably won't love this.
I think that's my problem. Is the sweetness sticks out a little bit.
Right.
And I'm not trying to take away from what this drink is at all, because it is very unique. It is very. It's still good. I'd give it a 6.
Okay.
But
I
don't know.
See, I'm with you. This one confused me. This one confused me. I think the way the breakfast stout confused you.
Okay.
Because this is the definition of special. You know, this should be an 8 by most metrics.
Yeah,
The problem for me is the sweetness. So I'm just going to come down to 7.
And that's exactly what I was going to give it.
And that first hit is deceptive. Because the more you drink this, the better it's going to get, because that spice, the little bitty baby amount of spice from the habanero starts to kick.
It's like it heats your throat up the more you drink. Yeah, it's something, you know. That's just amazing how
it's so unique that you got to try it. I mean,
now I will tell you, folks, these are special beers, but they're also special priced. So you get what you pay for. But if you're willing to spend a little extra, you're gonna get a little extra.
Yeah. I mean, and they are high in alcohol content.
They
to
are.
Be fair.
They are. It doesn't. If you're a slammer, this is not.
No,
you're not gonna slam these. This is a sipping beer, and for obvious reasons.
It's definitely a sit down and enjoy, an enjoyment drink.
Yep. And I can say that these stouts, the warmer they get, for some reason, the better they taste.
Yeah, I'm a little worried that Four Giants, the IPA we have up next, is warming. That having been said, despising people who are fanatical about something. The easiest thing for me here, and I only really have 1 or 2 examples. So your half sister, Misty, used to be married to someone that...
Cheers!
She just got out of jail.
Did she?
Someone paid to get her out. She's listing stuff for sale on Facebook right now. She was married to someone who I liked. I liked quite a lot, and I'm afraid that he doesn't understand.
I haven't seen him in a long time, if it's just what I'm thinking about.
The thing is, he and I did not share the same views on just about anything, right? Politics, religion, it was all different. Now, the thing is, where we really drew lines was evidence. Like the ability to test stuff and prove it. Like, if I can pour this water into this glass and it doesn't set the glass on fire, that's essentially a fact if we do it 100 times. Like, there's a chance that somewhere in the future someone pours water into a glass and it sets the glass on fire. I'm not discounting it. It's why you can't really ever prove anything in scientific terms. It's a misunderstanding of the nature of science and the scientific method for me. And that was ultimately, like, I got so tired of trying to drill that forward. Because it's like, I can deal with the rest, but I can't deal with, Eric's got on a black shirt. Do we agree? I mean, if we don't agree and we're having that argument constantly, it's
white.
I disagree.
It's black.
Okay.
It's white. It's black.
I didn't see the white from where I was. So now that I have better evidence, I agree.
It's white. You wrong.
It's white and black. Hey, there's no being wrong in the scientific community. There's just correcting what you assumed.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I don't fanatical about, you despise people who are fanatical about what? I try to stay away from people who are fanatical about anything. I mean, I just I don't know. I'm old school. I'm laid back. I just don't. I watch a lot of it, but I just don't. Fanatical people, I try to steer clear of.
So at the end of the day, you just got to relax and not take stuff too seriously.
I have to. I have enough drama and stress in my life. I don't need to worry about somebody who's fanatical about A or B or whatever. If it doesn't concern me, if it's not about me, then
don't think me rude, Toby.
I think mine would have to be despising.
Drink up.
People, the fanatical, religious, or political.
Okay.
Because a lot of people that are fanatical in those aspects won't even hear the other side. Won't even give it a chance. Won't even.
There's a lot of those out there.
Just, my wife and I, Heather and I, were watching a deal the other night. And this guy asked a question about, it was something political. And it didn't matter what you said. They weren't going to hear it. Not to go too deep into this. I could explain what the questions were, but it's political and religion.
It's a phrase, by the way, that my wife and I have come to discount. When we hear from certain people in argumentation, if you're watching a debate or listening to people have a conversation, the phrase, "You can't change my mind." Okay, why are we even having a conversation?
Right. And I don't think people should be that way. I don't think people should just be so stuck on whatever it might be that you can't change their mind, because you're being so closed-minded that you might miss the truth.
I get comfort in wanting to close the book on stuff, right? I already went down this alley for years, and here's what I uncovered and found out for myself.
Right.
I don't want to rehash it. You're not going to change my mind. I get it as a simple phrase that doesn't actually mean there's nothing you can do to change my mind. But you're right. There are plenty of people out there who are TFGs, man. They're too far gone, and you're not going to change their mind.
Yeah, and that's the people you steer clear of. They don't
let somebody change your mind.
You're wasting your energy just trying to do something that's not going to happen. Man, this is the fucking bee's knees. I'm sorry, this habanero shit, man. It almost tasted like Heath Bar.
Yeah.
When I first, when you first
I think that's the breakfast stout. I think, is that the one that we were talking about? Well, no, Toby was talking earlier about candy.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you could take a Charleston Chew and mix it with Heath or something, like there was something going on.
Y'all ready to move on?
Shit, I'm still drinking on the old shit.
And do you want me to pass you this can, or do you want me to just take
it? Is it is starting to go to the head. No, go ahead.
So up next from Founders is the Four Giants and the Haze of Destiny, which is an Imperial Hazy IPA. This joker
I've never had, and I have a feeling it's not going to be my alley.
8.4%.
Yeah, but it's hazy.
And you said it's Imperial?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, and it's a 50 on the IBU scale. Now, something that people out there might not understand, light. The deceptive thing about the bitterness unit scale is when it comes to hops, if you're drinking a stout that's high on the bitterness scale, it actually tastes bitter, like bitter unsweetened chocolate. Now, a hazy IPA, something that's high on the bitterness unit scale, typically most IPAs I've had, they're higher on the bitterness unit scale, but they don't taste super bitter. Maybe that's what Joseph is picking up on, is the bitterness, and it's just coming through in a different way.
He just has a palate that picks up bitterness better.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, before I even stick my lips to this one, I haven't had a Founders yet that I would not drink. That's just...
You front-loading in case this one's shit?
No, I'll probably like this one too. That's what I'm saying.
What's our question, John?
Our question is, how could Spotify be better?
No, I have been surprised by several, but never been disappointed by any.
I will say this one, for an IPA, it smells basic, but it's damn sure hazy.
It is very hazy.
That's what I'm looking at.
Can't see through my glass.
Yep.
We had again another beer on another episode called Hazy Little Thing, and this is more of what I expected out of that beer.
Four Giants and the Haze of Destiny.
You can smell it.
So, has a lemon smell to it to me.
There's definitely a juice quality in the taste. I wouldn't call it lemon. Maybe if you've ever had like a Tasty Cake lemon pie thing.
Okay.
but it's more in like the orange juice category for me.
Yep. And you know what's amazing is I've had these before, you know, on your little shows, but it's not as hard.
What do you mean my little shows?
On your shows.
Why my shows got to be little?
On the podcast. They're not little. They're big, you know. They made me a star.
With you. Go ahead.
But they haven't. This is not as pronounced as some of the others. Some of the others. This could really, I could say this tastes like shit, but it's not as heavy. It's not as pronounced as the other hazies that I've had.
I'm off on this one.
It's the hazy
I don't know.
IPA. That's what you're tasting.
The Centennial one that down there, it is definitely stronger than this.
And better to me. Better tasting.
This one
to me. This has got a different taste to it altogether. Is that the haze part of it?
Yeah, I think it's a different hop.
I'm pretty sure it is. That's an Imperial.
And
this is Centennial.
Yeah, that's it right there.
So Imperials are what they use in, what are they called? Resin?
Resins, okay. The resin.
Now given, they brew quite a bit more into that one.
Oh, shit.
I mean, this is hop juice.
Yeah.
But it's pretty basic. And I will agree, because I just had more of the Centennial. And the Centennial is still exquisite for me. This one, like there's something, if you've had an IPA and you want that basic IPA you can get at a corner store to taste like, kind of like orange juice.
Okay.
This is right there.
Yeah.
The mouthfeel, some of the aftertaste, it's all there. It's not something you would give anyone who has never had an IPA.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to hit them really, really hard.
Yes. And that may be what happened to me. It's because first time I've got a hold of some of the Imperial, it was like, oh shit.
It's not bad. I like the juice.
No,
quality.
this is not bad. That's what I'm saying. Compared to some of the others I've had.
To me, it's not great either, though.
No, I'm not going to say it's great.
There's something
out of all of these. This by far is the worst.
Now, given that,
I agree with that.
That one, in its favor, is not as cold as the rest of the shit at the table. It's also been sitting here longer. IPAs tend to fall apart, but you can tell. At least I can tell. For me, that one, it's a 5. For me,
I'm going between a 4 and a 5, but I don't think 4 is fair.
I'm going to go 5.
So I think we're all in agreement.
All in agreement.
5.
I can drink this, but if I had to,
it'd be last resort.
Yes.
Like if you had it in the fridge, you wouldn't be mad at it,
right?
But you're not going to choose it.
That's why I don't think 4 is fair, because it's not forgettable. Like it's as what a 5 is. It's decent.
Yeah.
So what could make Spotify be better?
That's a good question.
By the way, can I just say, hell of a name for a beer that did not punch. Centennial IPA sounds like the most run-of-the-mill. You've had it a billion times.
Yeah.
And that is so different from most of them.
Yeah.
Four Giants, it's got a juice quality, but...
Yeah, I think I'm going to go home and drink the rest of these. I've got a couple more packs.
I might go buy a 6-pack. That shit was good.
Your store up here that has them.
Okay.
That's where I got them from. FYI.
Spotify for me, I could say a lot of things. Primary thing, let me rate songs the way iTunes does. If you have to be different, give it a 0 to 10 scale, just like we have on the show, but at least 1 to 5 stars. Let me rate songs so I don't have to put them in different playlists.
I really don't have a dog in this hunt because I really don't. All I do is download songs on Spotify and play them. I mean, I'm not really rating them. I'm not categorizing them. So I don't have a dog in this hunt.
I'm kind of in the same boat as Eric. I don't even have a Spotify.
So I can't. No Garth Brooks on Spotify. Toby, why would you be on Spotify?
By God, there's Wheeler Walker though.
But I use Pandora. I do have Sirius XM now, so I listen to a lot of stuff on that.
You fancy, ain't you?
Radio.
Damn. XM radio.
Do you like some of the newer stuff? Does it even play
on Sirius?
Yeah.
Yeah, it plays. Depends on what channel you go to.
Right.
But it's got some decent stuff on there. But
you can
go to different sports. You can go to ESPN. You can. I mean,
this is what got you into like Texas country and whatnot. Outlaw country.
No, that was. No, I was into that before I even had Sirius XM. Sirius XM I've just had in the past year.
That's a cool can though.
You
gotta admit that.
So I don't even know how Spotify works to be able to say how could it be better. So.
I mean, beautiful thing about Spotify is different from most of the streaming services for video, because these days you have to have like 4 different streaming services to watch movies you want to watch.
Listen,
half the time you still can't watch them. Spotify, almost all the music you want is right there for one monthly fee.
You guys remember when Napster was up?
No.
Liar. Yeah, I think it was Metallica shut their ass down. But anyway, just Spotify, I pay for it. I download music. I play music. It's been good to me.
Yeah.
See,
although now they
said you pay for it. I thought Spotify was a free service.
No,
you can use it free, but you have to listen to ads.
Yes.
Okay.
Between the songs.
Yeah. For $10 a month, you can get rid of all that shit, and you can actually have more than one person on that account. I believe.
Can share it with people.
Yeah.
Of all the services you could ask about, Spotify is probably my favorite thing to pay for. It's not just because I love music more than most things. Let's try that last beer, shall we?
There you go.
You guys.
I've been waiting.
Hell, I've already got a buzz, and this is really going to set it off.
So, while y'all are pouring, before y'all get into that, do you tend to be early, late, or on time?
Okay. This is a sweet young lady right here, and there's a reason for that.
Eric.
Go ahead, Toby.
No.
Yes, that's a sweet
Sweet
young lady.
Repute.
Sweet
Toby.
young lady on
Let's
the
get
front.
a new glass.
Pour it and smell that.
Friend, I already know where it's at.
Okay, you said wheat ale, right? Is that what you said earlier when we sat down?
No.
It's a wheat ale.
Wine.
Wheat wine. Okay.
Wheat wine style.
With
Wheat wine style
maple syrup, and it's been aged in bourbon barrels.
Yes, and you're going to want to top that glass off, I'm telling you.
The top of this smells like bourbon.
That's because, look here, see that little white tag?
Yeah.
That's why.
Right. And that's what you just said.
This is the barrel aged.
And the top.
When you go to a beer store
smell.
and you pay for an expensive ass beer, this is what I expect it to smell like. Not like fucking raisins.
Yes. And this is what you're going to get.
This is a 12.8.
Oh my God.
This is 12.8 alcohol.
What do you think?
ABV.
My liver's going to hate me tomorrow. 12.8%. It's almost
This is
13.
See, and the bourbon barrel,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to get that kick right off the bat.
All right.
But I'm telling you.
Regardless of what it tastes like, it's high in ABV
Yep.
to be as expensive as it is.
Yep.
And I could happily just smell this for a while without taking a single sip.
Yep.
Not going to because of the show. What was our question?
Do you tend to be early, late, or on time?
Okay.
This is, I was so surprised when I found this New Year's Eve that I had to share it. I had to find some and share it because
Have you drank that yet?
For barrel aged, this is the shit.
I just tried it.
Can you taste the sweetness on the back end?
I have it on the initial drink. The bourbon is what finishes on the back end for me.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
And I'm
The
picking
bourbon's on the front end for me, and then it's the sweet on the back end.
It's like macadamia. It's white chocolate. It's hazelnut. I'm picking all of that up in the flavor profile. The body is medium. It's carbonated correctly.
But you notice it's not dark chocolate.
No, it's not.
That's what surprised me about it.
What surprised me about this lineup so far is this brewery is known for their dark beers.
Okay.
But what's knocking it out of the park for me are their lighter beers.
Yes. Yeah, this is the shit right here. And when I found 12.8%, I mean, it's like, fuck, really?
The maple is good. Like it's.
I think that's what it is.
Wow.
Maple and the bourbon.
Yeah,
they're making these connections in my brain to other flavor profiles.
It brings down if you've had any other barrel aged beers, it brings down the maple brings down that bourbon flavor.
It makes it smooth.
Yeah. But it's almost
smooth. It is
milky, almost milky. It's like easy to drink. Sorry, go ahead, Toby.
To me, it's almost too sweet.
Okay,
but
I won't hold that against you. It is sweet. But it tells you that it's
sweet review.
Yeah, but there's a.
And I'll tell you right now, this is new. This is a new product from Founders.
Okay.
So it's new in the stores. That's why I've been able to find it everywhere.
But as far as a beer goes, there's a respect there for what this flavor is.
Yeah.
This will put you on the moon fast.
I'm wondering if the only reason they call this wine is because the ABV is as high as it is.
It's
Maybe.
not wine.
Yeah.
There ain't no way this is wine. This is beer.
Okay, so you would say sweetness. Fuck, I don't even remember where I was going. My only drawback here would be I don't think I could drink a 6-pack of this, not just because of the ABV.
Hell no.
I would want to, but I think I would make myself sick after a while.
Yeah.
Maybe that is the sweetness. I don't think of it as too sweet. It tastes just right to me, but there are like small minor factors that keep me from a 10. I don't know where y'all are at. You know, I'm not trying to follow any trends that everyone else at the table is going with, but for me, this one is a 9, and I was definitely leaning toward a 10.
I've never had a 10. I've never drank a flawless beer. I don't know that I would know when I did, but this is, I would call it special, but then again, I'd call it near perfect. This is the one I've been waiting to let y'all try. This is the one that's...
And it's had a chance to warm.
I want... That's where I'm fixing to go. Is
you want it ice cold?
I want to know what this is cold.
Are you sure it's 12.8%? We have a really cold one if you want to get off camera and see if we can up that.
I agree with the.
You ain't going nowhere, are you?
I agree with the special rating, but there's something to it that doesn't let me think I could rate it that high. But I don't think we normally do. I don't think we normally do points on this rating scale.
You do whatever you want to do, man.
But it is between a 7 and an 8. There's, you know what? I'll give it an 8 because there is something special about it.
Yeah.
Even though it might not be exactly what I want.
I'm telling you, Founders has, man, they have, somebody up there has got it going on.
Oh. I'll be the first to admit this isn't for everybody, but there's that.
No. If you're a beer chugger, you know, sorry.
You ain't chugging that.
Yeah.
What's the brewery?
Founders?
No, I know this is all Founders. Where did we go that we got like Pappy's Buck Snort and
that's a Mountain Creek.
Mountain Creek.
Yeah.
So
Mountain
they've
Creek
got
Brewery.
that $10 a bottle. It reminds me of this.
Yes.
But this is better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is much
and it's
more
actually,
natural.
Well, no, this shit right here was... No, this was 16 to 4-pack, so it's what?
Yeah,
$6.
It's more.
$4 a bottle.
Oh, yeah. That's not bad then.
Yeah, it's $16 a 4-pack.
Even if you hate everything about what this beer sounds like, if you know some people who are looking to try beers they've never, like, have unique experiences, this is something you've never had. even if you've had like beers, you've not had this.
Yeah. And the thing is I guess I'm the one that's really the founder's bitch. I'm the one, yeah. And I prefer dark stouts. And then this came along and just blew my mind. It did. It blew me plumb out of the water New Year's.
You're on Founders, kind of like I am on Shiner.
Yeah.
I like Shiner Brewery.
Yeah. And it's hard to find a lot of these, which makes it even better. You know, is trying to find it. I've driven. I had to drive all the way to Denton to find a lot of this New Year's. So
every drink of that is painful because it's so good. I want to drink it like mad, but I know the ABV is so high.
Yeah.
That is a death sentence.
Yep.
I tend to be slightly early, right on time. That's my goal.
I don't know about y'all, but I've got me one good little buzz going from these 6 right here. I do.
Well, let's drink some Gatorade here in a minute. How about that?
I do what I can to be early.
Drink some more.
Late.
I bet I can dig up some more stout somewhere.
Dude, I'll be honest. Late bothers the fuck out of me.
Late bothers me as well.
And you know what? You know what flies right out the window? When you got little shits to run around and take care of?
Yeah, it makes
being on time.
Yeah.
It don't happen anymore.
Well,
yeah.
You know, my family, we're synonymous for late. I don't give a damn. We'll be late to our own funeral. I don't know what it is. We're just late to everything. You know, half of us can be ready to go and waiting on somebody else, and it's just fucking always late. You know, but then again, things tend to be late preparing, so.
Yeah.
You know, it all kinds of works out. But
he's not kidding. Sometimes I will tell people that an event starts an hour earlier than it actually does. That'll let them show up about on time. I will say your daughter surprised me. She became an adult. So she was on time for a long time.
She gives me a hard time about that too.
She's fallen off the horse a little bit as the years go on. So.
Yeah, I like to be earlier on time. I don't like
Rayburn.
Yeah,
that's your name.
You don't want to be so early that you got to feel like you sit outside, right? But you know.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about Founders?
It's a good lineup.
They got a whole lot more.
Yeah.
And I got some more here. We can try out.
It's got another 6-pack.
Yeah.
In a fridge somewhere.
Yeah.
It just sounds
We're going to dig it out,
hangover.
You know, by God, and we'll be crawling out of this sumbitch before the night's up. But, yeah, I really, I'm telling you, I don't know what they do up there. I don't know how long they age, especially these barrel-aged drinks. They have to age them for a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
But even those that aren't barrel-aged, this right here surprised the shit out of me.
Yep.
So
I'm with you. We tried something that had pineapple in it.
Yeah.
Earlier on, and I've been wanting the entire time to get that pineapple seltzer drink and pour that Centennial in it and see what they taste like together.
Right. Well, but it's I really like me some Founders, and that's basically all I've been drinking down there in my little hole. You know, my little old schedule. I get in the hot tub and I'll take one of these. That's all it takes is one.
I bet it is.
And I'm good to go for the evening. You know?
Your bottle of Sweet Repute, that's 3 beers most people drink.
Exactly.
Yeah.
2 of that's a 6-pack, man.
Yeah, and I try to explain that to my wife. You know, she's a Bud Ice drinker. This is 3 of yours. So, you know. But, you know, you get what you pay for. It's a little pricier, but obviously the ABV is higher. And it gets you there faster, and
I think we can.
And I really like
Toby, right? Great quality.
Yeah,
I kind of like the quality on these.
They're
beers.
crisp. They're clean.
Yeah,
They're you can tell They're a good brewer.
They know what they're doing up there.
From memory, I wanted to say it was just they knew how to use their sugars. But no, the grains, the extra ingredients, even the hops. The Four Giant was a little disappointing, but
the way
that one right there will tell you.
The mango,
the habanero in there, you know.
The way they make their ingredients come through, on top of other ingredients,
matter of fact,
is unique.
So if you're on the fence because you've seen nothing but dark beers from Founders, go find one of the lighters, like that mango beer, like this Centennial. Definitely try that Sweet Repute once in your life, because I think that's about all we got. So help us keep the conversation going in the comments. We'll see you next time, right?
Right.
For another round.
Another round of the Banter Bar.
Cheers.
Peace, beer snobs.
I'll just leave you a little sip in case you want to go back.
I appreciate the sip. I think I could drink quite a bit of this.
I just want to see how it feels in my mouth.
I guess we'll see you next time.
On the Banter Bar.
Damn, Eric. Shot to the brain.